Okay, so good morning, and my name is Danielle Dominski, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about solar energy. A few points that I'll be covering throughout the PowerPoint are the reasons for global warming, what is solar energy, how it's used, and then finally the pros and cons of solar energy and if there are other renewable resources that can be used instead or in unison with it. A little bit of background information is that each day the world produces carbon dioxide that's then released into the Earth's atmosphere. And a year from now, that carbon dioxide is actually still in the atmosphere. It doesn't go away. And the increased amount of carbon dioxide is one of the main reasons for global warming that they say today. According to the International Energy Agency, by 2050, they say that 30% of the world's energy will need to come from an alternative energy source. And due to fossil fuel depletion, renewable resources are going to come in handy because eventually we're going to run out of fossil fuels and oil, and we're going to need an alternative way to power things. And on any day, 35,000 times the total amount of energy humans use is coming from the sun. It's just that we haven't developed a way to use the sun completely. What is solar energy? Solar energy, or beaming light, is the heat that's generated from the sun itself. And it has been available to humans since the beginning of time. We've always had the sun. And then how is solar energy used? This picture on the right-hand side is a greenhouse. Probably have seen pictures of them in science, or what they are is they're where plants grow, but it traps the heat from the sun and helps them that way. There are a variety of ways people use the sun. Solar water heaters, solar thermal panels, and greenhouses. And it's a solar thermal technology, they say, is popular for heating water and space. Solar energy facts. And this just breaks down percents of how energy is used in the United States. Mostly, as you can see, is oil. And then following natural gas, coal, and the least is 1% being renewable resources. And from all the research I did, it said that there's other ways, of course, to use renewable resources like hydropower, which means water. You can use water, you can use sunlight. Solar energy is the Earth's rays that then can be converted into heat and electricity, like I said before. And a variety of technologies using solar energy have already been developed, such as photovoltaic systems, solar hot water, solar electricity, passive heating, electricity itself, using solar panels, and solar heating and cooling. Solar energy itself, like in the previous slide I said, it's turned into heat two main ways: photovoltaic and solar. Photovoltaic is using energy and then it produces heat using different cells. It's not always available due to the fact that the sun's not always shining, but this isn't a detour because on the days that the sun's not out, it can be supplemented with gas or hydropower. So it's basically just taking the resources and using them efficiently instead of always using oil. Some pros are that it's all natural and it doesn't produce any pollutants into the air. After the initial startup fees, the keep up is virtually free, and it would save people money on their electric bills after they, set everything up they needed using solar panels, which can be expensive, which is a con. But it's like anything, once they keep making more of it, the price goes down. It's simple supply and demand. And solar panels require a large installation area, which for everyone isn't always logical because they don't have the room for it. And another con would be the efficiency of the system relies on the location of the sun, but like I said, also, you could also supplement it with, hydropower or oil sometimes. And wrapping it up, as I previously said, by 2050 it will be necessary to use an alternative energy source to power the earth. Whether solar energy works in unison or works by itself or with other renewable resources, we have to eventually break our dependence on fossil fuels because they're non-renewable and they're running out. Solar power is an excellent opportunity for people to take action and full control of their future. This is just my sources that I use. Thank you for listening, and are there any questions? Yeah.
How much more cost-wise solar energy in comparison?
Okay, so solar energy, like I said in the slideshow, is going to be more expensive to begin with because not a lot of people know about it. Just like any sort of technology, when it first comes out, it's really expensive. But more people that get into it, more people that make it, it then becomes cheaper. So initially, it's much more expensive than non-renewable things, but I think over time, if they kept producing different things using solar energy, it would probably be cheaper. Any other questions? Yeah.
What are all the renewable sources?
Solar energy, biomass, agricultural products, and water would be reusable for energy. That's it, and thank you guys.
You're welcome.